Hello and welcome back to CFPtv. I'm your host Nathan. Today we're joined by a former dog trainer turned middle school teacher. He's also known as the Middle School Whisperer. He'll be sharing his controversial techniques with us today.
Thank you, Nathan. And yes, though it may sound strange, half of the problems with today's middle schoolers is just getting them to sit still during class. I figured if I could train a purse dog to sit, how hard could it really be to train a middle schooler? Of course, the controversial part of my program would be the use of shock collars. I don't understand why everyone is saying they are dangerous or should be banned. In fact, the necklace I asked you to wear today is one of those same shock collars, so I can demonstrate how safe it is to you.
I'm sorry, I don't know where we got this crazy guest from, but it is certainly not safe to put shock collars on children. Furthermore, wait, you mean this necklace?
Yes, I just press this button and...
Oh, make it stop!
I'm sorry, I forgot to recalibrate the unit. Here, this should be better.
Oh, stop, that's much worse!
I'm sorry, I forgot to convert to American voltage. Here, this should be better.
That's much worse. I'm done with this. Now let's move on to the part of the show where we take calls from our live viewers. Look, I'm going to explain this one last time. The shows are taped in advance and shown a week later. When you see this episode, don't call about middle school. Instead, call about the episode we will be taping when you see this one, which will be how math class cures insomnia. If you wanted to talk about middle school, you should have called last week while you were watching our episode about how Pokemon is a cult. Let's try again. Caller, you're on the air.
Yes. Ever since I got into Pokemon, it's taking over my life and...
No, that's not what the episode is about. I mean, yes, that's what you're seeing right now because we taped it last week and our shows air a week after they're taped, but the episode we're taping now is about what you'll see next week. Why can't you people get this? Okay, one last time. Hello, caller. Do you have a question about middle schoolers?
Yes, I do.
Finally, someone who gets it. Well, go ahead, caller. What's your question?
Well, my son is a middle schooler and he can't stop playing Pokemon. I think he might be in a cult.
Are you kidding me? This show has been a disaster. Every week people call in about the wrong topics. Why can't you understand? We tape the shows ahead of time and you see them a week later. If you wanted to call in about Pokemon, you should have called while we were taping it, which was last week, while you're watching the episode about how homework kills brain cells. Just look, here's that episode. Okay, caller, we've had a lot of confusion today with people calling about what they're seeing now instead of what we're taping now, which is the Pokemon episode you'll see next week. We've even got a former member of Team Rocket, Pokemon. If you wanted to call in about homework, you should have called in while we were taping it, which was last week, while you're watching the iPhone episode. So, caller, this is a call about Pokemon, right?
Yes, it is.
Finally, someone who gets it. Go ahead, caller, please. What's your question?
About Pokemon. Is it better to play Pokemon than doing homeworks? Because I think homework's killing my brain cells.
Why can't you understand? We tape the shows ahead of time and you see them a week later. Just look, here's that episode. Let's try again. Caller, you're on the air.
How much quicker could I do my homework if I use the new Super Black iPhone 7?
Oh, why can't you callers get this? Stop calling about the iPhone. I know you're seeing that episode right now, but we taped it last week. While you're watching the iPhone episode, we are taping this episode about how homework kills brain cells. If you wanted to call about what you're seeing now, you should have called last week. Just look, here's that episode. Well, that wraps up our first episode on the new iPhone 7. Unfortunately, we didn't have any callers, since you won't be seeing this until a week after we taped it. But I'm sure that will all go smoothly once we get all the bugs worked out. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I'm sure we can all agree that this is going to be the best season of CFPtv yet.